Well, I did a curt nod as if to say, let's get going.
Unfortunately, this is a podcast, so nobody can see it.
You didn't hear the sonic boom of as I nodded.
The super fast, super intense nod.
Yeah.
The poof.
Superintendent nod. I was just stretching my calves on the windowsill. Isometric exercise. Care to join me? Well, today's isometric exercise is inaudible.
It's
justice.
Justice.
Once
It
again.
seems to be. But from the sounds of it, Alex isn't feeling too well from prior to the podcast. So
Yes.
I'm going to guess that's his reason.
Our thoughts and prayers are with his family at this difficult time.
Oh no. Will the memoriam chair soon live up to its name?
Should we explain that in your room there is an Alex memorial chair and the reasons behind this, or just leave it at that?
I mean, it would have been funnier to have not even said anything after that and to have just left it, possibly.
I don't think it would have, because no one would have known what we were talking about.
And it's funny. Sometimes the strangeness of not knowing is funnier than explaining that it's just a chair that Alex sits on, so we called it the Alex Memoriam chair, which I don't think...
Well, we didn't necessarily need to explain that, but we did need to explain that there was a chair in your room called the Alex Memorial chair, which...
Oh, okay, I see. Okay.
Anyway.
Podcast that's impossible to record. See you next time, people. So, luckily I haven't done much. No, yeah, I haven't done a TV of the week or of the year anyway.
Oh yeah, I haven't.
Wasn't prepared.
Yeah, that's right. I do have a bit of a... Oh, I've only got 2 more done.
Well,
I need to do more at some point.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I've got some bits of news, and you possibly have some bits of news.
Probably one of them is going to be the same, I imagine.
I don't know, because one of them I know that you'd probably have followed, but I haven't clicked on or paid any attention to, so I know nothing about. I just know that there has been a piece of new Pokemon.
Pokemon? Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I've got 2 other bits of news as well.
Same, and I imagine one of them is probably the same.
Oh, okay.
In fact, both of them might be. There's a potential, but we'll see. They're in the envelope.
There is a big... They're both within the same reaches of our shared interests.
Yeah, could be fun. So yeah, Pokemon, they've put out a new trailer, and they've released the map of the region as well, and it looks like a huge region, which is quite cool.
Okay. Well, this is meant to be for a Penno world, isn't it?
Yeah, and they've specifically said in the latest, it was in the Nintendo Direct, that you can you can do the gyms in any order you want and things like that. So
Okay.
I'll be really interested to see how they do that, because we've spoken about this a lot before, about the ways we do it and stuff. So it'd be interesting to see how they do it.
No, okay. It's sounding more hopeful. When it was first announced that there's like the new Purple and Pilot or whatever they're called. I can't
Pontius
remember.
Pilate.
Purple and Pontius Pilot, whatever they're. I can't. It's like is it Amethyst?
Scarlet and Violet.
Violet. Okay.
Scarlet and Violet. But I think I prefer Purple and
Violet,
Pontius Pilate.
Violet and Pilot.
Violet and Pilot.
But yeah, when it was first announced that there was going to be 2 new games, and it hadn't even been a year since the last the Legends Arceus had been released, I was like, really? Are they? Is it? Are we really past that point now that it's just getting ridiculous? They jumped the shark.
Yeah.
But it's so far it's sounding good.
Oh.
So far we haven't quite jumped the Sharpie though.
Speaking of jumping the shark, Dynamax isn't back, Zmoves aren't back, Mega Evolution is back, but a new gimmick is back.
Oh, that was to be expected. To be fair, I was expecting none of the past ones to be back and them to just have a complete new thing.
Mega Evolution is the only good one of them. I keep saying it.
Wank it out of your Buckelution or whatever.
So what it is now is each Pokemon has like a secret type. When you fiddle with some gizmo or whatever.
Well, that'll get you into some books in some regions. Yeah. You don't want to be on that kind of register. Fiddling with Pokemon.
You know, like a Mega Ring sort of thing. You do that. Okay. You use some doodad, and your Pokemon.
You do a little dance.
Your Pokemon grows a chandelier out of its head and turns into a crystal, and gains their hidden type. And it
Okay.
works like a Mega Evolution in that you can only do it once per battle, and it lasts for the entire
Yeah.
battle.
Okay.
I don't know whether their stats change or anything, but it just,
I
again,
think, yeah.
it's just a pointless extra thing.
Yeah. See what it's like when we play it, but chances are it'll be pretty shit.
I mean, in terms of, oh, actually, there was something else cool that I've just reminded me of. But first things first, something like, I don't know. I wasn't a fan of Dynamax and everything,
No, not really.
but at least it was kind of epic to look at. That they did new designs for some of them and stuff like that, so that was quite cool.
I think I just loved the hype atmosphere of the gyms in that gen.
Yeah, and the raid battles were fun. I'll say that.
Yeah, okay. It's nice to be able to do things with friends.
But I would say that those sorts of things should stay in, like, the raid battles should, Dynamax should be in raid battles, and that's it. That's the kind of thing I feel like I don't
Okay.
understand. I don't feel they need to continuously change the core mechanics. But anyway,
Yeah.
the designs were
we've been saying
cool.
this for
Some of
years.
the Gigamaxes, but this new chandelier mode or whatever it's called, they just literally just grow a big chandelier out their head, and it looks really stupid.
Oh.
But a cool thing, they're bringing back a form of those like max raid battles where you grow chandeliers out of your heads instead. But it's not turn based, you can just attack whenever.
Oh.
So that is quite interesting.
Is it like you've got a charging bar for your attack, and once it's reached full, you can now attack, sort of thing?
Yeah, I don't know how they do it.
Because Final Fantasy games have had that, and so other JRPGs have had that, where you'll just basically have a bar that just slowly charges over like 10 seconds or so.
Yeah.
And after 10 seconds, you can attack. Then
It'd
it will
probably be
charge
based-
for 10
based on, like,
seconds,
those-
then attack. And
It'd
then
probably be something
depending on
similar
the
then.
yeah, and then depending on the speed of the Pokemon might depend on how long that bar takes to charge or something.
Yeah, that would make sense. But yeah, that's I'm open to them trying things like that. That's
Yeah,
as long as
okay.
they try it out first, and we'll see how it goes. Like how they kind of tried out open world with the wild area, didn't they? And people
Yes,
liked it, so now
yeah.
they've made the whole thing. And Arceus, they tried it with as well.
It looked like they tried it with the wild area, refined it with Arceus, and now they're kind of thinking, right, we'll do a game with it now. Fingers crossed.
Yes.
Because I will, to be fair, like, I liked Sword and Shield, but I did drop off of them quick. But the one thing I do remember liking the most was probably the wild area. Just exploring a big open world area and seeing what the fuck you can encounter.
Yeah, and I was saying the expansion passes for Sword and Shield were
I think
really
that
good.
That was more of a budgetary issue. I wasn't invested enough to have to pay another 40, 50 quid
Yeah,
for.
I don't think it was that much.
Well, I can't. However,
but
I over exaggerate a lot.
so it's almost like they kind of it was, I mentioned it just to talk about how they kind of refined it. They kind of started refining it for those expansions as well, because I think the second one was better than the first one as well. So they kind of just got better and better.
They just every next thing they did refined it a little bit more.
Yeah, so hopefully they can do something
Everything
good.
crossed, yeah.
And also, the legendary Pokemon, it wasn't entirely obvious from the first images, but they are both motorbikes, and you ride them around.
Oh, what, in the new one?
Yes.
Very Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, it's very strange. I saw a comment online that was just like, it's going the Yu-Gi-Oh route now, where they're just bringing in motorbikes.
Pokemon battles on motorcycles!
I came to this region.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we can see how it goes.
Yeah. It's out later this year at some point, November, I think.
You know, that's soon. I
Yeah.
wouldn't have expected it. That's like, have they had enough time? That
Different
does give
teams.
me a little bit of like
Different teams.
But yeah, no, fair.
I mean, it's that saying that soon. I thought you just meant I can't believe it's August already, sort of thing.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that as well. But just, it just keeps throwing me off that it's within a year of them releasing the last games.
Yeah,
They normally wait at least a year.
It's kind of is almost like a burnout sort of thing, isn't there? And that like I still haven't quite finished the second expansion pass of Sword and Shield. But I've done most of the story. There's
barely
just like
started
extra
brilliant
things.
BDSM.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
thing.
I had like a free Saturday where I started playing BDSM a little bit, and then I just haven't played any more since.
Yeah,
I forgot about
and
all.
you just
forgot all
haven't
about
done
it.
or
And I haven't started Arceus at all. So it's just like you got to give me time to catch up on the other games first.
We'll probably just go straight to the next gen, though, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
I can see you just going straight to next gen. To be fair, over
Yeah, I'd like to there's
completing
just so
or
much I wanna
going
do.
back.
Not enough time in your life, is there?
You could always do a review after playing the next gen of playing Arceus and sort of like seeing the origin of the new mechanics and stuff.
Yeah.
Guy plays Legends Arceus after playing Pontius Pilate.
Let's hope it doesn't.
New Pokemon Pontius and Pilate.
Yeah, so it doesn't make me cross. If I do, I might crucify it in the review.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't really know where to go with that one. Anyway, so yeah, that was the Pokemon news.
Pokemon news, yeah. Like, I didn't really look into it, but I've seen thumbnails of people saying, Pokemon updates, new Nintendo Direct shit thing, whatever. It's just like, oh, right, Christian will probably tell me about that.
And it was funny when I was watching it, I was thinking how the podcast is going to go, which is going to be I'll tell you about it, and you'll be like, oh yeah, I don't really care. It proved to be not quite accurate.
Pretty close.
Yeah,
Pretty close. I'd
Yeah.
say I'm slightly more excited than I was, but I'm not really on my hype train.
Yeah. Well, do you want to say your other bits of news, and I'll see if they're the same as my ones.
I've just thought that I've technically got a third littler bit of news as well that comes within the same franchise as one of the other bits of news.
Oh, okay.
But I've got Duo Digimon news. Have you got Digimon news on your...
It's not really news, it's the thing, but I've got a Digimon thing.
Okay. I've got thing stroke news as well. That's a double bucket. And then I've got another death news, which...
Yeah, I've got that one.
Yeah. Which came like not oddly, but just annoyingly close after the last one. And we'd like... Anyway, the new Digimon game's out. I haven't seen anything of it, but one point we'll have to get around to that. But also, there's going to be an Adventure 02 film.
Oh, I had completely missed that.
Yep, and it's confirmed. We've got designs, we've got like plot outlook bits. Whatever, hang on. This is the page I've got open.
Anime News Network.
Have more news than some of the other pages I looked at.
Okay.
But yeah, we've got designs, we've got a new character design, a new Digimon design.
They're older.
Oh, yeah.
So it's sequeling, that's cool. It's a little after Last Evolution Kazuna.
Yep.
Oh shit! So these guys are going to be going through the same heartbreaking thing.
That's what I was wondering. But it's titled The Beginning, so does that mean they're maybe going to pass on to new generation? This emo-looking kid down.
Maybe they'll kind of find a way around that limitation, and it'll be the beginning of their new.
Just after Ty and Matt have lost theirs, they find a way to.
I kind of meant maybe they'll bring the other guys back.
Oh, okay.
It'd be like a happy ending to it all.
Okay.
Oh yeah. So first thing I noticed in the pictures was TK looks like Mameo from Digimon World Next Order, aka Zaire from Digimon World, the main character.
I know what you mean, just with the hat sort of thing.
And the yellow jacket.
Yeah.
New character from Tokyo Tower, Ri Owada, who says, "I was the first in the world to become a Digidestined." and Ukomon, who looks like some sort of jellyfish plankton shit.
Yeah, it looks a little bit like a devolved marine Anja.
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah,
Is it Angemon or Angelwoman? I can't remember.
yeah, Marine Angemon.
Angemon. That's where I always get confused. 'Cause it's the most feminine looking of the Angemons, but it's not got Angelwoman in its name. So excite.
No release date, by the looks of it.
No.
Okay, so it's interesting that this guy is, like, says he's the first person ever to partner with a Digimon in this promo image thing, because
And yet he looks younger than every other character. Yeah.
Did that happen before? Well, no, it can't be, because there were the original Digidestined, weren't there, who were now adults. So yeah, confusing.
Unless they're just retconning. Try.
Yeah, or this is a new type of partnership, rather than a sort of Digidestined slave thing.
or like he's found a way at like immortality, so he stayed that age.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, maybe he got the partner in 1863 or something.
Yeah, he like Timmy Turnered himself, so he never grew up or whatever, so he could keep his fairy.
All right, cool. Well, that's good.
Okay.
O2 getting some love.
Yeah, that's obviously I'm excited.
Yes.
It's just a show. We don't know when.
No.
But
that's cool.
Awesome.
So what's your other Digimon Amon?
Oh, there was a Digimon game out and I haven't seen anything.
Oh yeah, you said. Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, Digimon Survive.
Digimon Survive, yeah. It's a visual novel.
Yeah, we'll get to it one day for my channel probably. At some point whenever I get it.
Yeah, I've added it to my Steam wish list, but I'll probably buy it when it ends up being like £5 or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I might get it within the next few months, depending on when I get my next bigger lot of paycheck and how much it is then. But yeah, cool. No rush.
Ronash. So the little Digimon thing I had was
okay.
Like I said, not news. It's just a little fun fact. Do you know Simu Liu, who played a man in that film? Fuck, I've forgotten. He was in a Marvel film.
Met him so many times. No, I don't actually. Who you
Oh, Shang-Chi. And
the guy who plays Shang-Chi.
5 Gold Rings, yeah.
I haven't seen that film. No, I haven't seen that film.
Okay.
But...
Well, basically, he just twat on Twitter saying, I've never considered myself to be a fan of anime, but then again, I do recall full-on screaming the first time Agamon warp digivolved into War Greymon. That shit was the best. So that's quite cool to have a famous Digimon fan, I think.
Okay, nice. It's Digimon doesn't get enough recognition.
No.
I think we screamed that point out of the rooftops enough.
Yeah. Digimon is great. There we are. That's the theme tune.
It is nice when famous people recognise it over Pokemon.
Yeah. Because everyone knows Pokemon, don't they?
Everyone knows Pokemon, but you're a true anime fan if you know Digimon.
Oh, absolutely. Cool. So, on to the Sag.
The final Sag. There are no longer any hers in Star Trek.
No more transmissions, Captain. So yeah, Nichelle Nichols.
Yeah.
Died. She 93. I think I read. I can't see it here.
I mean, again, fair play. She lasted a good while.
Yeah.
It's just a shame it came so soon after Bernard Cribbins. It's like, is this going to be the year of all the sci-fi greats starting to go down? Touchwood.
Yeah, 90 she was. But yeah, I read there was let me put this in here. There was this on the Star Trek site. They did like a little what's it called? Obituary.
Oh, okay.
And it was saying, I'll just summarize it.
Yeah.
Basically, after the first series, she was going to leave because she'd come from stage productions where you're always kind of moving around. You never really stay in the same thing all the time. So she said to what's not Ron Grainer? What's his bloody name? Gene Roddenberry. Yeah. She said to Gene, I want to leave. Here's my resignation. And he said, okay, I'm going to take this, but I'm not going to accept it yet. Think about it and speak to me tomorrow. Then the next day she was off at some, event or something where she was appearing as a guest. And someone
I think
said...
I have heard this story, but continue for the benefit of the tape.
Yeah, someone said, oh, Nichelle, there's a big Star Trek fan who wants to meet you. She says, okay. She gets up and turns around and thinks to herself, oh, shit, I can't go and see this fan because Martin Luther King has just come up to me. And Martin Luther King says, I'm a huge fan of Star Trek, I love it, blah, blah, blah. And basically said to her, I can't remember exactly,
It's
but
like
she's
black women on screen sort of thing.
She mentioned that she was going to be, I tell you what, why don't I just fucking read it out?
I went through a phase of watching a lot of like convention panels and stuff. And there was a lot of like reunion panels of like the OG cast and stuff. And I remember either her or someone else telling that story.
Yeah. So yeah, he described to her what the show and her role meant to him, how important it was for people of color to see Uhura, this character with dignity and knowledge. She said, oh, thank you so much, but I'm going to miss it because I'm leaving. He said, what are you talking about? He said, you cannot. And so help me, she says. This man practically repeated verbatim what Jean said. He said, don't you see what this man is doing? Who's written this? This is the future. He's established us as we should be seen. No. Yeah, 300 years from now, we'll be there. We're marching. This is the first step. Blah 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 blah. And so he went. Yeah. She went back to Gene Roddenberry the next day and said, "Yeah, I'm not going to leave." And he said, "Yes, I know," and like took out her letter that he'd already torn up, sort of thing.
Well,
so yeah.
Yeah. No, I do. I do. I recommend maybe just looking up some panels sometime because they are just Star Trek panels. Panels are just really good. I've watched a bunch from it, like every generation. I go through phases. No, I do. I
tell you who's been doing panels recently is Christopher Eccleston.
Oh, okay.
It's really interesting seeing him talk about Doctor Who because he's really, really honest. And he's
good man. Yeah.
He's got no problem in he's got no problem in saying I had such a bad experience on Doctor Who. I don't. This
was shit. But I did like this bit.
I don't. Yeah. He says that basically, I don't care that everyone's changed. It's a bad place for me, and I think that's fair because he's spoken before, frankly, about his kind of mental health. So it makes sense that he wouldn't want to go back to that sort of a bad area, even if it's
understandable.
And people ask him how come you want to, how come you've decided to come into Big Finish, and he just says, well, because. It's good. They're paying me, and the scripts are good. It's basically what it comes down to.
It's different people, It's different people doing it as well.
Yeah,
like they may be connected to Doctor Who, but everyone running the show's pretty much different.
Yeah. But yeah, there's all sorts of like he answers questions about all sorts, not just about why are you coming back to Doctor Who and all that. I think everyone knows the answer to that by now. But yeah, he's a cool guy.
It's fine. They'll just get John Hurt back. Oh
shit. Sorry, I didn't mean to derail the end of our remembering Nichelle Nichols tangent there.
No, we'll have to shout her out in the next track we record.
Yeah.
Hey, our risky specs.
Rick Specs.
Rick to Spectra.
Rictum Sempra, yeah.
Yeah, that's where I was going.
You know when it's like the kind of the next kind of pun thing pops into your head, and as you say it, you're like, oh yeah, that was what that was. So yeah, there we are. May they all rip. Everyone's dying. That's life. I suppose.
May the force be with them. I mean, wait, what? Fly, you fools! No, wait.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah. That's the one. Oh, so I did have I had a wandering thought as a gay man, as a gay man.
The wandering minstrel.
One of my wandering minstrels of the gaymans.
The Neils.
Being vegan means that you don't consume anything from any living animal.
Yeah, I know where this is going.
So, are there any gay vegans, and do they swallow? Is my next question.
Would they be called a gagan?
yeah, like
Vegay.
if they're gay and a vegan, do they just refuse to swallow? They're a spitter. it's it's just one of those passing thoughts
I
I've
would.
had.
I think there
It's,
is a serious answer to that though,
there
which is
probably
that
is, but I don't know.
no, it's because the whole thing about animal produce is that the animals don't have a say in it. We're just kind of exploiting them.
Okay, okay.
So I guess if you raped someone,
I
they
was
wouldn't.
about, I was about to, yeah.
The good thing about the gay vegans, they never rape anyone. But yeah, assuming the sex as it should be is consensual, then I think it would be fine.
Okay, okay, okay. Makes sense. Makes sense. I don't know. I'm not a vegan, so I don't really know the rules. I don't know
I
what
would.
the requirements are to join the club.
Yeah, yeah. It's mainly about animals, not just like. So actually, that's a good point because consensual
Humans are
cannibalism
animals.
is a thing that's happened in the past.
Oh, and that's still
There was
yeah.
there was a German guy. They took the piss out of this in the IT crowd, but
IT, yeah.
it was a real thing where someone killed and ate someone, or did the person kill themselves and then the other guy ate them? I can't remember, but it was consensual. It was like a sexual
Yeah.
fantasy to be eaten. And there was I can't remember the result of the trial, but he was basically saying this wasn't murder and cannibalism isn't strictly speaking. Don't think cannibalism was illegal. Just like killing
Yeah.
someone would be illegal.
Okay.
So how would vegans work around that? I guess they just wouldn't be vegan, probably.
It's yeah. Well,
Because
yeah. I
they
suppose.
wouldn't want to eat
Can you
meat
get
at all, maybe.
Can you get a vegan cannibal?
Yeah, that is a conundrum. Answers on a postcard, please.
Oh,
Because if someone's... I suppose that's a question in itself. Like,
still going through your head.
yeah, well, that's a question in itself. If animals that we ate, like cows and pigs and shit, were like, as sapient as humans are, and could communicate with us, I know they're intelligent.
And then
before
turned
anyone writes
around
in.
and said, "Oh yeah, I don't care if you kill me. My life's just stood in this field eating grass. I don't really
Yeah,
have
like
a life. I don't feel
like
the
the
ood."
yeah, like the cow in the restaurant at the end of the universe.
Yeah.
That tells you what the best cut is and everything.
Was it a cow or was it a pig?
No, it was a cow. I'm pretty certain.
It was a cow.
Yeah.
For some reason, I got an image of it. Or did the TV series do a pig or something?
Oh.
For some reason, I've
Did
got
they
an
get?
image
I
of
don't
a
think they
pig
got to
in
the
my-
restaurant at the end of the universe in the TV series.
I think they did for
Maybe
like
the
one or
film?
two episodes.
Okay.
Well.
Yeah, I've read those books enough that I'm pretty confident in saying it was a cow.
No, I'll take your word on it over mine. I
Thanks very much.
didn't know for certain.
But
For certain.
yeah, like, because obviously the problem is animals are obviously intelligent. They reckon cows are about as intelligent as dogs, and pigs are obviously pretty clever, because they're kept as pets.
I was about to say, yeah.
So
They're kind of on the same level as dogs when in the pet realm.
yeah. So the big issue is obviously you kind of
Big issue. Big
issue.
issue.
ah
Sorry.
thanks Jeff, the big issue seller. Yeah, you're kind of mistreating them, giving them a life of, live in a barn, go out in a field every now and then, maybe go back in the barn, eat some grain, sleep in a barn, and then get killed. It's just not a nice thing to do.
No.
But if it was, if it was the cow that had a great life, went off and did its own thing, and then said, "I finished now, eat me."
Yeah.
I guess maybe the reason there's not a rule for that is because it's not a thing that exists.
Yeah.
So it would only have to be consensual cannibals.
But then, like, could like you make an argument for cannibalism if the person died of natural causes? Over
Yeah.
there's no
they-
malicious way to the person has said it's like a donor card.
Yeah.
Kind
A
of
gourmet
yeah.
card.
So once out of natural causes or by accident, say car accident or whatever, it was no one's fault. No
Just
one
pick
is
bits of
to
tarmac
blame
and glass out
for
of them.
this. Yeah, but then could you make a argument for it then? No one's been mean to anyone. No one's you're just kind of recycling
I think
meat that would have just been buried in the ground.
I think
Or burnt.
when it's a human, you
It's-
get onto questions of
I know.
desecrating a corpse, in it. So
Oh,
like
okay.
they'd have to have given permission, like a donor card, I think.
But
But
then, yeah, if in that
yeah,
situation they've got a eat me card
yeah.
or whatever, yeah,
So
would it then like if they have given? Yeah, again, always with consent.
it's interesting.
Mm.
They'd
Is
probably have
a
to.
yeah.
Would their families have to give consent as well, perhaps,
Mm.
for you to be watertight?
Or then would it come to the point of like, if you've got an eat me card, you've given consent before the death.
Yeah.
But if you don't, that's when it would fall to the hands of your family because
Yeah.
it goes to your next of kin.
Because I don't know what the rules are. Like with donor cards, you
I
make
can't say. Oh, okay. I was going to say I don't know the rules of cannibalism. I can't say I've ever looked into it.
I'll have to hop on the dark web and ask them.
But no, donor cards. I can't say I know the rules of either.
Like, I'm a registered organ donor, but like, because that's a decision I've made when alive and of sound mind. But when I die,
Yeah.
does that still count? Because I'm not alive anymore. That's what I'm not
Or
like.
of sound mind.
Yeah, well, legally, am I still a person at that point? That's what I'm not sure about in this conjecture.
Yeah.
Or do you just become
I-
like the property of your next of kin or something? I don't really know how it works.
I suppose it's different in different countries
Probably, yeah.
and stuff. It depends.
So our
on...
homework for today is to find out what's the best country for cannibalism.
If you know, write into BBC at CBBC PO Box 9989 London W12 6PA.
I've never wanted
Well-
people to write into that address more.
We'll be sure to get back to you as soon as.
I was just thinking a minute ago as well. Like if this channel was monetized like my main one, this would be going nowhere near the green dollar sign.
It's probably in our better interests. Than we're not.
And we've got no sponsors this time either, so there's a fucking surprise. Oh dear. Oh, anyway.
Oh.
One thing I will mention is just around the channels. Obviously, on Christian 444, where I put all the edited highlights of stuff. I finally caught up to 2022.
Yes, I did watch Tilly and Rob's introduction. I don't know if you uploaded any more since then.
I can't remember exactly. It all merges into one. But yeah, the one I've got about half hour left to edit on one that's from the 10th of January this year. So we're getting there.
Almost.
The thing is, as well,
Under a year.
because we tend to do 2 things a week. I'm trying to edit at least 3 things a week, and I'm getting more done than that because I'm doing mainly sort of 5 or 6 days a week.
Nice. Okay,
and
nice.
The bit I'm going through at the moment is all the Hat of Time stuff, where I was playing that like every other day sort of thing. Once we get to a stage in like March this year, there's no Civ, there's nothing I'm doing, it's just weekly Minecraft, so like it'll really quickly catch up to like May, June sort of time.
Oh, blimey.
And yeah, because we do 2 things a week generally. If I edit more than that, I'm always catching up.
It will start to slow down again though once you start to catch up because we're back to 2 things a week.
Now I've got into this habit of editing. I really hope that I can keep it up. Like we'll record Minecraft and then the next day I'll edit it. That's the plan. Nice. That's what I was meant to be doing, but it built up to a certain point where I couldn't be bothered, and then it just got worse and worse and worse.
That's where I am at the moment. Yeah, that's why I haven't uploaded anything in about a month and a half. I've got a good backlog ready, but I don't want to upload anything until I know I'm ready to start editing in a more reliable sense.
Yeah.
So I think I've got about 9 things I can upload. So once I've edited this last thing, that should be enough that it would give me like a month's worth to edit other stuff.
Yeah. It helps to have like I work with routines a lot. Like I'm a creature of habit.
I'm not good.
Yeah. So like for me, it was a case of like at this point, always do some editing, even if it was like half an hour. And then after a while, it was like, oh, I could do this one's an hour and a half long, this video, so I'll do 45 minutes. Then it only takes 2 times. And then before I knew it, I was doing an hour. And now, so you just get used to it more that way.
Yeah. I can start routines. I can't keep them up. A lot like my bedroom life.
Oh. Oh dear.
Because
So yeah,
my bed's really weak and it always collapses. I can't keep it up. No matter how much I DIY.
oh dear, oh dear. You can get good screws.
No. God, no.
Yeah.
Anyway.
The depression hour.
Yeah. So yeah, TS reactions will be back within like the next couple of weeks, probably. Another week or two. It's a movie I'm editing Spaceballs at the moment. So
nice. I'm looking forward to that one.
Once that's done, I mean, I will say 90% of it is just us giggling and laughing at different points.
Fair. That's all right. That's the point of reactions to films and things that you like, is just like kind of vicariously getting seeing it for the first time sort of thing, isn't it?
Yeah, there's just not as much in between talk as there normally would be. We may like have a comment now and then, but
yeah,
well.
Cool. That was TS reactions. I think you've said it, but I'll say it again.
Yeah, TS reactions. Third time's a charm.
The Mongol Empire campaign still going strong in Invisible Tower. It's definitely a world conquest now, which is the first real one I'm gonna get. So I'm pretty happy.
Okay, those were a lot of words. Half of them I didn't understand, but
it's just like
thumbs up to you there.
It's like I start talking, and as soon as I start talking about the mechanics of EU4,
yeah. It was just kind of just like, oh, and there's a Mongoloid takeover. I don't know what it was. Mongols? You said something about Mongols.
I said Mongols. I definitely didn't say Mongoloid. No, we're definitely not getting monetized.
Well, I was just quoting you, so
you weren't. You really weren't.
Yeah, I'm sure I was.
I would never say such a thing.
War, blah 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 blah, takeover, blah 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 blah. Hate everyone. That's Christian to a T.
That's definitely how I play EU4. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Civ, you can look forward to that. Yeah, Ozzy will be joining our Civ games as well.
One day.
Like I said, I mentioned him on from January at the moment, a Civ session. So you won't see it for a while, but
you won't see it for a month or two, maybe, depending on how quick you go.
How many have I got?
Maybe 3. At least 3.
About 10, 20, 30, 40. Oh. So probably about 2 months. Actually, that's not far away.
Say at least 3-ish, maybe.
Yeah.
Always overestimate, and then you're never disappointed.
Yes, exactly. Cool. So we'll leave it there before we say something else vastly offensive. And thanks for listening, everyone. We will see you next time for more
shit on the wall.
More shit on the wall. Like Pink Floyd, Brick in the Wall. Brown Lloyd. Shit on the wall.
Yeah. Or something like that.
See you next time. Bye.